one package class static members, how to call in another package we have seen. Same package, another class, how to call we have seen. These are the three scenarios we covered. So I want to give one more heads up, one more point is there. If you want to call static members, one package static members in another package class, we just imported first, then you called all the methods like class name dot static member, class name dot static variable, class name dot static method, you called. If it is a return type, you are storing in some variable or you are printing directly value in the print statement. This is what we learned in last class. So today's class, one package class static members, how can you call in another package with a static import? We did a normal import in last class. Today we'll do a static import. Okay. So let's see how to call static members with a static import. Create a new class, static import demo. Okay. So static import demo, first you do the static import. Static import, how to do? Import static package name first, right? Package name is a method programs dot class name. What is the class name? Static members demo. Just control space bar you press, automatically you will get in the panel. Then you don't need to write much and select which one you want. Then which variable you want to select. See, the visible members of that class will be shown to you. See, L is visible, that's a variable. So you can do individual import, static import. If you do a static import, you don't need to prefix the class name. So you can call this L variable directly. So we can print the value directly. So static members demo class, static members demo class, L value. So generally static members you will call with a class name dot static variable, right? But if you do a static import, you can call that member directly. So you can see now L value will get directly. See, we didn't so declare L value here, and we can call that L value directly. So that is what this static import. All the static members you can call like that. See, one more methods also you can call. So void method I will call. Calling static void method. Static void method. So what is that static void method? First you have to import. Without importing, it's not possible. See, I think void. See, you can find here void. What are all void methods? Find bigger number. So you can call the method directly here. See, this is the directly you're calling it. This method doesn't belong to this class, but still you can call with a static import, that is possible. And if you want one more, so parameterized method I want to call. So import that member. Void parameterized method. calling void parameterized method. Swap. See, just 2 letters I have written. I got control space where you press letter and it panel will show. From the panel, you select that. So this is how you can do that. And see that. And call return type non-static method. Sorry, return type static method. It's not non-static. Return type static method. Return type means you have to store in a variable, right? You have to store in a variable. So first you have to import static import. You do that, which so get random number I want to call. See this, what is the return type of this method? Integer. So same you call here. So int random number equal to the method name. This is the method name. Call data type, variable name, and return type static method. So just call in the, I'm just printing. So random number is random. So you can call and execute that. Say 84 is the random number. So like that you can import. Sorry, if there are 50, all I need to import? Not necessary. You can do this. Instead of, if you are calling a one class static members multiple, what you can do, you can avoid multiple imports. Just put a star, semicolon. You can avoid all these things. See, I commented all this and I kept only one import statement. So it saves a lot of time for us, right? So that's, you can call all of them. So that's another way to overburden the imports. So multiple imports, you don't need to do that. And then, so one more method, calling the method in the print statement. So what is the other method we have? Last method. Get random numbers, sum of natural numbers. Sum of natural numbers. 150 natural numbers sum is 150 natural number sum is, this is the one. So this is how you can call with the static import. So directly you can call the static variable, static methods directly without prefixing the class name. Otherwise, you have to prefix. See, you have to prefix. If you do a normal import, you have to prefix the class name dot static variable, class name dot static method, class name dot static method, right? But if you do a static import, and so you can directly call that method and variable. Okay. So now let's move on the non-static methods and non-static variables. So non-static members demo. Take the main method. First, I'll declare a non-static variables. What are the non-static variables syntax?
Access specifier, return
Access
type,
modifier, data type,
variable
variable
name
name equal
equal to
to value.
value.
So I'll declare all types because all access modifier I'll declare so that you can understand. So char C equal to capital A. I think did we declare capital A in the last class? I think I'll declare small a. And then float f equal to 2.5 f. Protected. So double d equal to 25.34. Public int I equal to 50. So these are the some of the 4 variables I declared. Now my responsibility to create a 4 non-static methods, 2 void, 2 return type. So let's do that. So I'll create a one calculator program. Okay, one calculator program I'll create. The calculator is maybe I'll declare this calculator. Okay, let it keep, not a problem. So first declare method syntax. Void method name parenthesis curly bracket logic. That's it. So I'm showing here a switch case. The switch case method I'm writing here. So what is the switch case is if I give the character plus and it has to sum between the two numbers. If you give the character as a minus, the subtraction should happen between the two numbers. And if you give multiplication, multiplication should happen between the two numbers. Then that output, I should get that. So this is what the program I need to write, division related. But I'm going to use a switch case. And so let's see first private void calculator. So I'm going to write a calculator. Here, I'll declare 3 variables. One is you can take any number, integers or double, any data type. So which one you want me to take, a double or integer? I'll take a double. Okay. You take a integer. You write that exercise. Okay. Same exercise and a character operators. So the operators are so like these are the operators: plus, minus, multiplication, division. So these are the operators I'm going to supply. But how can you give these values? But you are not supplying in the parameters. You are declared directly a local variables you declared. But how can you give these values, N1, N2 value and operator value? Then only you can supply, you can perform the operation between N1 and N2. These operators you can use. But without giving these values, how can you do that? So how can you supply that? One way is through parameters. You can give the values. The other way is there is a scanner class. Through scanner class and system.in, you have to pass as an argument, one constructor argument. And from the keyboard, you can supply with a scanner class, the inputs for the variables. So these variables inputs, you can supply from the keyboard. Automatically, you can assign that value to these variables. So how to do that? First, create object for scanner class. Create object for scanner class. What is the purpose of this scanner class? To supply the data to particular variable from keyboard at runtime. So while running your program, that time you can give the input. So create scanner, scan equal to new scanner. So and you can give input as a system.in. So what is the purpose of system.in?
To input the values for the variables.
Yes.
No,
And
the
system-
problem, it will take the input from the keyboard. System.out to output the data. System.in takes the data from keyboard. But the scanner class is the main, there are methods. Whatever the data type you want to supply, there are methods in the scanner class. So from scanner class, and you can input double data, integer data, string data, whatever the type of data you want, you can input with this scanner class methods. Why I created object? Because this class has all non-static methods. If you want to call non-static methods of any class, first you need to create object for that class. And with object reference, you can call the methods. Okay. So why we need to create an object for any class? To call the any non-static methods and non-static variables, you should create object for that class. How to create a non-static methods and non-static variables? Anywhere, same class or in another class or another package class. So only one process. What is that process? Create object for that class. Which class members you are calling? For that class, you need to create object. I want to call this class methods. That's why I created that class object. Basically, this is the constructor, parameterized constructor. I explained this line very clearly last classes. So each part I explained. This is the class object reference. It's a new operator which creates the memory object. And this entire thing is called object. And this is called constructor. New keyword after whatever is it, that's a parameterized constructor. Previously, we can create even default constructor also. So this is only for the scanner class, you are supplying the parameter. But normal few classes without constructor, without parameterized constructor also there will be there. Those are called default constructors. This is called parameterized constructor. Now call. So I want to supply now N1 value. Please enter N1 value. 1 equal to, so scan dot, so there is a method, so you can see next double. Next double is returning what type of data? Double type of data. So N1 is a double type, right? So this is the method I'm calling. Just call the method. That's it. So next, enter N2 data. Same call. So N2 equal to scan dot next double. So if you want to call double, next double. If you want to call integer, next. So what is the method? If you want to call, so integer value, if you want to give, what is the method?
Next int.
Next int will be there. So if you want to give a string type, you need to call next. So have a lot of methods. If you want to give byte, next byte. If you want to give big integer, next big integer, next big decimal. Like that, we have different methods. See, next float, next int. So all these are return type methods. They returns a value. Next line also returns a string type data. So we will take a next method to give the value for this character, this operator value. But before that, I need to explain one more concept. So then only you can get this point, otherwise you won't get. So here, next method I'm going to call here, but this next method returns a, what is the return type of this next method? See that it returns a string type data, but we want a character we want. But character, how can you get it? So that let me explain here. Suppose I have a string s equal to Java. Okay. So basically string is a character array. 0, 1, 2, 3. So J is in the 0 index, A in the 1 index, V in 2 index, A in 3 index. Any character array, any string. So there will be index numbers. Always first character will be in the 0 index. Second character will be in 1 index. This will be, next will be 2. Next will be 3. Like that, index numbers will be there. These index numbers are constant, but this might change anytime. But this index numbers is fixed. If you give 0, you will get a J value. If you give 1, you will get a. But how can you get that? Is there a method? Yes. So for example, I want to get a V. So there is a method in the string class char yet method. So int index. So what is the parameter you need to pass? This index number you need to pass. If you pass that index number, what it will return? So fetch the character at given index and returns. What is the return type of that method? Character. What is the return type? So this method returns what type of data to you? Character type it returns.
Thank you so much.
So char c equal to, and if you, so this string, right? From this string, you need to extract this character. So the string dot caret of, so whatever the character you want, I want V. So V is in at second index. So I'm giving second index. That's it. So this is the one you have to write. So which method you need to call to get the each character? Caret method. Caret. So you're asking, give me a character at second index from this string. So it will give V. For example, if you give 0, so what will store in the C? What will store in the C?
Here.
J.
A0J.
J will store. So 0 index, what is there here? J will store here. So that's the thing. And so this caret method we are going to use. This method is in the string class. So that's why. So scan dot next will return for us a string. But we want a character, right? Just call caret of 0. So in this, you, for example, you entered a plus in the double quotes. Okay, plus in double quotes. So you entered a plus. So if you enter a plus, this plus is in the 0 index. So that plus you are getting with a 0 index plus that will store in the operator. For example, you entered minus. So minus will store in this operator because this method from this is a string, right? This is the string. From this string, this caret method will fetch that in the 0 index. So this is the 0 index. So minus will store. So if you give multiplication, multiplication will store here. So this is how you will get from this string, and you're getting a character with the caret method and 0 index. So that you're assigning to operator. Which operator? So in this, which operator you are entering, and you can get it here. So you can put a message here. So to understand in the console, please enter the operator. So that you can understand in the console, because cursor is going to wait there. Please enter operator. So that's it. So now then you can enter the operator and it will be moved. So now you got the N1 value, you got the N2 value, you got the operator. Now you do the operation. So what is the operation? So switch. So operator, switch operator, curly bracket, case plus. If the operator is a plus, I'm doing, so let me declare one more output variable. I want output variable. So double output. Output equal to, so I need to sum, right? N1 plus N2. Then you write a break statement. You write the break statement. Then case minus. Then output equal to N1 minus N2. Then break it. Case, so multiplication. So output equal to N1 multiplied by N2. Break. Case output equal to N1 division by N2. So default. So I missed here break statement. So nothing will happen. Break is optional, but if you don't write it, it will move to next, no, until where next break is available. So I don't want that. So I'm just simply writing, please enter valid operator. So that's it. So basically I'll spot. Now outside I'm printing. So I'm printing this output value, because I got output value, I assigned. So these values I assigned to output. So I'm writing here N1 plus operator plus 2 plus output is output. Okay. So see why it is throwing error here. The local variable output may not have been initialized. What is mean by that?
So far, we've only declared output, but it's not given any value.
We didn't initialize. We declared. Remember, local variable must be initialized before using that. I declared, but I didn't initialize that. So at least initialize with the default values. That's it. See, this error is gone. Okay. Yeah. So now N1 plus operator, whatever the operator you're giving, that operator will come here, and N2. So then output is the output. So maybe if you want to put equal to, you can put equal to, if you want to get more clarity. Okay. So that is the simple method. So how to call this non-static method in the main method? I cannot call directly, right? Non-static, can I call in the static methods directly?
No,
No.
So what is the procedure again?
you must first create an object.
See, it is telling, read this statement. Cannot make a static reference to the non-static method calculator from type non-static member demo. So from this class, this non-static method directly you cannot call in the static method. Then how can you call? We need to create object for the class. Class. This class you create object. So how to create object for the class?
By using class name.
Create object. No. Class name you have to use.
Class name reference variable is equal to new.
Using main important is a new operator, new keyword. Okay. This is the one main creates the object. The class name, object reference equal to new class name parenthesis, because this class doesn't have any parameterized constructor. So I'm just giving default constructor only. So now let's go and do that. Class name is, see the class name place, I kept the class name. Then reference variable nsm obj equal to new class name parenthesis semicolon. So to call the, so same class, how to call? We have a scenarios. Please go and see the scenarios here, the methods. So very, very nicely provided these formulas. You just follow the formulas. So just follow the formulas.